Whew. Sorry, just readjusting and refocusing everything. Okay, so, last time, some stuff happened. Some things were discovered.
Yeah.
I also just realized it's really funny that both Katie and Thistle are unaware of all of those things, so that's great.
No, I listened to the episode. I know what's going on.
Okay, cool. So you know what's happening, but Thistle doesn't.
Nope.
No. She's gonna be so fucking pissed. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
Yeah.
Trunk Roslyn, Piss Thistle. It's gonna be a night.
Yeah. So actually, I think we're actually going to start with Thistle and her story and how all that shit happened.
Yay!
Be good.
No trauma at all. No. Not like she's on her 75th anxiety attack / existential crisis,
It's so good. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
So Thistle, all your friends have
Things.
They got a place and have are going to go off and do something. You know what? Mainly, you wanted to spend some time with your brother before he gets on another ship and continues his life.
Another boat.
Yes. And I also wanted to talk to Tiana as well.
Yes. So you are in. So you are in a place called Puerto del Sol. You've definitely heard of this place, but you've never been here. You would have had no reason to come here. One, it's really fucking hard to get onto and land, just because of the terrain around it. Like, this was a city built by someone who settled here by the ocean, and it was obvious because it is really inaccessible from land. Just from thick foliage and really horrifying terrain. It's really dangerous. Most people die of disease before they get there, just because of all the terrain. So also this place is very mercantile.
So I'm going to assume that malaria and syphilis are big problems here.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my
gosh! Yes. Interestingly enough, malaria more than syphilis. But
really? Okay.
Yeah. Depending on who you are and where you live. Mainly because also a good third of the city is actually just floating.
Oh, that explains it. Oh god.
Yeah, they're just kind of floating platforms with basically repurposed boats made into buildings across them. A lot of them have tin rooftops. And they called the bay the Golden Bay. The Bay of Gold. And it's obvious because at sunset, the whole thing reflects the sun, so it looks like a bay of gold. When in fact it's just shitty houses.
Cool looking.
But it looks very beautiful.
Say, that's gonna be really hot and just reflect everything. And man,
Yeah.
this is a public health crisis.
I mean,
isn't everything in this game a public health crisis?
More or less.
and as you, Amris and Tiana, are kind of walking through the streets to a specific place that Tiana wanted to stay at because she knows some people here. And Amris was like, yeah, I'm sure, to come along and you want to hang out with your brother and stuff, and he's totally cool with that because he wants to, spend some time with you before he heads off onto his next ship. So he Tiana kind of tells you a little bit about, Puerto del Sol, hold on.
The fact that we can't use magic here or else bad shit will happen.
Yeah. So yeah, there's
We were unaware of that.
She basically
We love to ask for a magic shop.
Yeah.
No, we've talked about this before. The fact that in this city, the circle runs itself, but they're very, very strict. So if you use magic outside of the circle, you're dead.
Yeah, no, she basically tells you there is no technically, it's a part of the Kingdom of Antiva, but there is almost little to no actual enforcement of Antiva's like laws here. It's sort of its own protectorate city, kind of. You know, like the Antivans will say, "Oh yes, this is one of our cities," because Porta del Sol does send taxes to them, but like there's no actual like government representation here. This was not always the case, but there was some shit that happened about 20 years ago, and government doesn't come here anymore, which is the exact thing Tiana says. Like, she doesn't go into it. She's just like, you know, something happened here 20 years ago, and then, well, you know, like.
So there was a revolt?
She nods.
Oh, Christ.
The merchants banded with the mages and caused a lot of trouble.
What were you doing?
So yeah, the circle runs itself here, and the circle itself here, she says, functions a lot more like a merchant's guild than a circle would. They're very actually mercantile. They have like several magic shops owned by like sanctioned mages outside of the circle. They're free to wander the city as they wish. And there are Templars here, but they're actually more under the employ of the mages than actually doing what they're supposed to be doing.
So what are the Templars doing? Like, what are their day-to-day duties if they're not?
They sound more like a police force than like a...
Well, yeah, she says, well, like, that's... like, fucking accent. Sorry. I just recently woke up, so I gotta adjust my brain right now. Stir it up. Alright. When oh shit, one second.
No lollygagging. That's what they're doing. That's why the first thing when you said Templars, and then what they're doing, it was like, that's like the guards in Skyrim. All they do is nothing at all day long. You just stand there and annoy you when you walk by.
Just get killed by dragons, yes.
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
yes,
you walk by and they start telling their life story, or they say, like, what's that? Use magic here.
Yep, you just see some guy sneaking around putting buckets on top of Templar's head. And they're just kind of okay with it.
Huh. You see that man over there putting the bucket on his head. He's a legendary warrior.
Yeah, like, that's the savior of our people.
The funny thing is when you're low level and you shoot an arrow out of like you're sneaking, and you shoot an arrow right in the head, and he just has an arrow in his head. It's like, what was that?
What was that?
What was that? Arrow sticking out of his head.
I guess split the wind.
Like this sometimes just makes no sense at all.
Fire in your head, dude. Brain damage. But yeah, Tiana kind of says, well, their daily function, protecting the mages that go out and do their business. They're often used as guards, and sometimes they are debt collectors.
Pardon? How does that work? Why?
Well, the mages sell their wares rather more openly than other places, and they're allowed to pursue their own independent businesses. Sometimes people buy magic items on credit because they allow it. And if they do not pay, Templars show up.
This is odd. I could have just been a fucking seamstress here. Why couldn't I have been born here?
She shrugs. Oh, you probably would have wanted to have been part of the circle. A lot of power and prestige comes with it. In fact, most mages here have more. Well, they have more rights than other places, but they're still controlled. They're not allowed to involve themselves in politics and things like that. That's strictly prohibited.
That's pretty much the same everywhere else, as far as I know.
Yeah, I mean, she goes, yeah. It seems nice, but quite honestly, if you don't want to get involved in nefarious things, you're going to be pretty bored. Besides just doing normal studying and whatnot. Which, you know, from what I've seen, most mages are okay with this.
Yeah, I can see how that
But
is.
I would definitely suggest to you that you do not buy anything on credit.
I am not that stupid. No.
Most people who do that, it is blatantly an extortion racket.
Well, yes. Yeah.
It's
No,
not-
we've seen enough of that.
It's true.
Where exactly are we going?
You guys are kind of wandering through the Bay of Gold, kind of bobbing over rafts and stuff. And in the distance, you can hear kind of like music. There's music everywhere, right? But like, there's music specifically from the direction she's like walking. You can kind of see a very like a very colorful kind of quote unquote house.
Mm-hmm.
And it's painted all kinds of strange colors with other kinds of cloths kind of hanging from them. There seems to be like banners across it, like lots of different types of banners. You actually see like you see like an Orlesian flag and an Steven flag, a Ferelden flag. But when you get closer, the flags are a little off, and they almost seem like parodies of themselves. The two dogs of Ferelden are trying to lick their own asses. The Orlesian, I think the Orlesian lion is like looks like it's trying to get something out of its teeth. Like they're all kind of like parodies of themselves.
That's rather great.
As a patriot, I'm slightly offended, but at the same time, this is fantastic.
Yeah. And as you come closer, you actually see another like a Ravani young man. He is dressed fairly colorfully, but definitely like light for the hot weather. And he's got like a small beard, but he's definitely very young. Probably not seen 20 yet. Strapping guy, long ponytail, black hair, dark skin. And as Dandelion and Tiana come up, Amris is like holding Tiana's like arm kind of so she can walk properly because she is blind. As she comes up, he like stands up and like looks at you. He then says something in a kind of strange language. And Tiana responds in the same language.
So they're speaking Ravani?
Yeah, and it's like you've heard Ravani before. This doesn't exactly sound like it. This sounds like maybe if you're an astute young girl, I would say like an older dialect of Ravani.
Like a more formal type?
No, the opposite.
Okay, okay.
Or like vulgar glot,
kind
of.
Okay.
Kind of thing, but definitely like just a stranger, like
It's
a not
not-
commonly spoken version.
Not something that I would have heard Eleonora speaking or anything.
No,
No.
she would not have spoken this. Well, maybe she does speak it, but she has not. You wouldn't have heard her speak it to other Ravani.
No.
So yeah, they just say and it sounds like quick and dirty, the language. Though when it comes out of Tiana's mouth, it actually flows rather nice. Tiana speaks with the voice of someone who like learned it, and the kid though speaks it as if this is the only thing he's spoken his whole life. That just like natural kind of flow. And then he kind of nods and kind of gestures that you guys can go in. And Tiana goes, great. So, as you're kind of walking up, she goes, this is a place called the House of Seven Colors. And as you guys go in, almost like somehow that the one door that they had was somehow an amazing sound barrier, because when you open the door, holy shit is it loud. There are probably no less than like 5 different like musical groups in here, all playing at the same time, in a relatively small space comparatively. There are most likely over 40 people in this probably let's give it a generous term of like 60 by 40 room. So it's fairly cramped. There are not tables anywhere. However, there are like cushion areas of just like places where people have thrown down carpet and cushions over the like nail and splinter filled floor. There are banners of, you know, many different types and colors hanging down all over the place, and even though it is probably just after afternoon-ish, there is a lot of drinking going on. Of what looks like predominantly wine of some kind. Lots of people scantily dressed, and like it looks like not all of these people who are playing musical instruments are like there to entertain people. They might just be like practicing or something.
Just like a jam session.
Kind of, yeah, but they're not playing with each other. They're all like in separate areas, doing completely different beats that have nothing to do with one another. So it's like really discordant when you come in, like hurt your little elven ears.
This is very, very loud and very not Thistle's scene, so she is sticking to her brother very close.
Yeah, Amras, however, has the opposite reaction. His face lights up. He has like a doofy grin on his face. He's like,
Aww.
this place is awesome.
God, you're so weird.
It's like, you're weird. People are having fun, which I know you're afraid of.
Well, excuse me for having self-preservation and issues with crowds, okay?
Like, yeah, he's like, I know, I'm just giving you shit. And he just,
Yeah.
he just kind of
Issues
squeezes.
with crowds. You were able to do the tournament rather well.
Yeah.
Remember, she did not participate in anything in the tournament.
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
that's true. But she was there.
She was there.
Yes, I was there.
I'll
I
give her that
survived. Barely.
So, Tiana's like, welcome to the House of Seven Colors.
Is it always like this?
She goes, oh, no, this is a slow day. Don't worry, it gets much more lively.
I think... Oh, she can't see my face.
No, she cannot. She's blind.
So, yeah, I don't do so great with this atmosphere, so I'm just gonna stick really close to you guys, okay?
Like, that is no problem.
Okay.
Like, I'm here to see my Biabieska. And then she
So, what does that mean?
it's... She like, looks for, like, a word to, like... I don't...
Oh, is there an equivalent?
my godmother,
Okay.
I guess, would be a term you could use.
Okay.
I
The
hope
bird.
she's here. And they, she like starts walking forward and kind of like showing that like, I need you to keep walking, Amras.
Okay.
So Tiana's on one side. Are you just on the other side of Amras, just like?
Yeah, just like, yeah.
But
And
just
I'm
slightly
just
behind him.
constantly scanning the room.
Yep, totally. Yeah, as you kind of walk through, some people you kind of pass by turn to you and like call out to something to you that's fairly unintelligible. Some people like reach their hands up to you, like they're offering their hands for some reason. But it doesn't, from the position of their hand, it doesn't look like they're looking to shake your hand. a couple people, some younger women who go by, immediately just grab any kind of fabric that's off of you and just start looking at it and like just kind of getting up in your personal like space without like acknowledging you at all. It's very strange and very lively, and you occasionally like see like Tiana with her walking stick just like bat at kind of, well, not at, again, at them, not because she can't get them exactly, but she just hears them and just like schnick, and they kind of scatter.
Tiana, why are they like grabbing?
She goes, they're interested in you. Like, apparently you wear strange clothes.
Well, yes, I knew that, and I wanted to get some new clothes, but really, okay,
Oh, the people are offering a hand for you to sit and drink with them. They will do that to anyone who walks in, who is allowed in. This is a fairly community-driven place.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's all friendly. However, don't let any of them hug you.
I'm going to try to assume that is for pickpocketing purposes and not anything else. Okay.
She's like, yes, you can assume that.
Thank you.
Aw, but you're so cute.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you kind of push through the din, you then get to a point where there's a group of all very old Ravani men. They all are grayed in some way. The youngest one looks salt and peppered, but several of them are grayed, and they're smoking something that smells like stale mushrooms. Like, it is not mushrooms, but like it smells like, earthy and kind of musty and stale, and it's like really jarring to your senses. And they're all smoking it from a hookah, basically.
This is the day that Thistle tried peyote for the first time.
No, it is not peyote. It's something a little more dangerous, but
Oh, even that.
Do I recognize this?
I feel like you probably would. It's definitely seen throughout Antiva City. You could definitely, I think you mainly can tell it from their lips. It's hashish.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain that to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh gosh, hashish. Hashish is one of the oldest drugs in existence. It's a drug. It's made of cannabis. It's smoked, generally vaporized in the hookah. It's like a really common thing. It's not, but it's very different from like weed. Like generally hashish, if you would see it, it's like a brownish kind of chunky. People, let's say, children have mistaken it for chocolate. Let's just say that.
Oh, that's bad.
No, it's real bad. You should not eat it under any circumstances. Hashish is commonly smoked in India and Pakistan, Afghanistan, Jordan, places like that. It's cannabinoid rich. Basically, it can it gives us. It depends on how much you take. If you take like a normal general smoking amount, you will and have it proper vaporized. You will it like relaxes you, very similar to cannabis. However, if you take a lot of it, or a more direct, pure smoking version of it without having it vaporized, it can induce it can deaden your pain nerves, and kind of zone in all of your senses and crazy. And in fact, the word assassin derives from the word hashishan, which means hashish eater. Yeah, the original assassins way back, pre-Crusade guys, they would eat hashish and go like religiously murder people, and they wouldn't feel anything as they did it. So
I learned that from Assassin's Creed. Did not
is
know
that
that
actually in
from
Assassin's Creed?
Yep. What you call it? Altair is a hashish or whatever.
Yeah, hashishan.
Yeah.
That's,
And I'm
that's-
I'm
honestly,
learning
that's
a
what he
lot
wants to
today.
do. He wants to
Yay.
be an assassin.
So at the amount they're smoking, it's fine because they're smoking through a hookah. They're just showing a lot of old men smoke it, because it helps deaden the pain of like,
I would
whatever
expect,
people
yeah,
have.
arthritis and
Yeah. And they're all just sitting in a circle, and they're all like definitely having like old man discussions about something, but they're like, let's just say a lot of them are nodding with one another. Like,
I grew up in an alienage. I know this type of talk. Yes.
yeah, no, exactly. Like, no, this is very familiar too.
Yes.
And you kind of go past all of that, and you go through a like a curtain at the back. And as you push on through, this area is smaller, a little quieter, but still a lot of people in here. In here, however, there are actually mostly like women, like young women, some older ones. They're all in various states of dress. In like some are naked. And it looks like there's tons of clothes in here in like haphazard piles. They look clothes of varying sorts for various sexes, genders, races, all colors, all kinds. Some of them women look like they're trying to like see if they like the clothes. And it looks like they seem to be passing them on. If they don't, they seem to be being stripped. And it looks like they're doing some kind of process, like they're moving them through water, through some kind of like squeezing process. At first, it looks like a laundry room, but the smell is not one of a laundry room. The smell is more of a textile factory.
Tiana, what's going on? Why? Why the clothes? Why the?
Oh, they're probably just extracting the dye.
Wait, extracting the dye from the what?
She nods.
But typically, don't you like dye the clothes themselves? You don't take the dye out. That's kind of like.
She nods, as if like, yes, that's correct.
So why are they extracting the dye?
To sell it.
Okay. So is dye a rare commodity here then?
No.
No. Okay, so they just do this?
She nods.
Okay.
They're in it for the long con, I think.
Yeah. Just like and the rest, and there's like different piles and things, and the kind of colorless looking clothes off in the corner are being like cut and shredded, and they're being moved over to people who look like they're sewing them together into like maybe quilts or something.
Okay, this is
it's
making
strange.
more sense now. Yes.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
seems like a very odd process. I don't know.
No, it is. It's super weird.
Yeah.
There are other ways to do things, but this is the way they apparently are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, but the thing is, dyes are very expensive, and we like our color. I'm told.
So you don't make your own? Like, you don't just grow the plants?
Well, she kind of gestures around, like not much growing space.
Oh, true. I mean, we pulled up floorboards.
She goes, well, under the floorboards is the ocean, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, we're still not on land. Okay.
She
Well,
nods.
aquaponics, though.
That is a thing, yes. But, Tiana's like, she's not technically from here, she's just been here. But you move past that towards, to the right, past another curtain, And in here is there's some kind of buzz going on in here. Everyone's focused on one thing. There is many old women here. Lots of old women.
Oh yes, this is more my speed. Okay. Old women. I can deal with old women.
Old women of varying ages, but definitely like an older variety, all in nice clothing. They're all speaking to each other, running about, grabbing cloth, lots of needles, and some are using measuring tape. They're all focused on one young girl in the center up on a stand. It looks like they're fitting a dress for her, like a very nice, nice in that they all obviously are still kind of in the process of making it, but like it's very nice.
Yeah,
it looks like an important
This is my
dress.
place. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
This looks like an important dress of some kind, and they're all like holding up different things in positions around her, and she's either like agreeing with it or disagreeing with it, and it looks like a lot of them keep yelling out gripes where the whole group goes up into like laughter at random moments, she as Tiana and you guys all come in. One of the women stop and come over. She's very old, like probably 70s. She like grabs Tiana's hand and like cups it in both of hers and says something to her in the language, and Tiana smiles brightly and nods and kind of looks in her direction, and says something back. She then immediately moves to your brother.
Oh boy.
And like cups his face, and her eyes have kind of sagged. Her eyebrow skin has kind of sagged over her eyes a bit, and she actually kind of like moves one of her hands to move like the skin up so she can see properly.
I start poking Amir in the back and just kind of giggling at him.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what's happening, and he's just like cuts his face and then like grabs his arm and moves it out and like grabs his bicep kind of, and she's just kind of talking.
Mm-hmm.
Agor, your brother looks super embarrassed and is like, I don't know. And Tiana's just kind of standing there kind of laughing. And then she Tiana kind of bats at the old woman, kind of at her shoulder, kind of saying something, and the old woman looks like gets huffy and then like walks away, and she goes, "Sorry about that."
Oh no, that was universal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like nods. I think she's just over here. I can hear her humming. And as you get closer, you do hear someone humming. There is another old woman, not as old as the woman you just talked to, but gray hair, dark gray hair, sitting in the corner. Looks like she's sewing something small. Like it doesn't look like it's clothes. It looks like maybe she's embroidering something.
Can I try to get a closer look without being intrusive?
You'd have to get pretty close. But
okay.
as you guys kind of come up, because it's like angled towards her, so you'd have to kind of be, and she's against a wall, so it'd be it comes up. She just says "Baba." She looks up, and the woman smiles. You also notice, I think you would probably notice this. Her right eye doesn't like move properly. And at first you think, oh, like detached retina or something. But then the way it catches the light, you realize she has a glass eye.
Oh, okay.
So she has a right glass eye. And she says this more in a understandable tongue. She just says, Tiana! And she goes up and hugs her, and she hugs her back. She goes, come, and like grabs her and just Amris, because he's fucking there, and then when she moves Amris past her and like very forcibly sits you down near her, As if like, yes, this is what's happening.
I just accept it. I just roll with it. I am used to this 100%.
Yeah. So Tiana kind of just goes on and talks to this woman for a bit and basically says like, we're looking to get on another boat. Could you help us? One that's maybe friendly with the travelers. She says the travelers. And this woman who we've only gone is Baba, which is probably not her actual name.
Yeah, I'm assuming that it's
like the equivalent of saying godmother. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, she nods and says, like, oh yes, there's definitely a ship in harbor. It'll probably leave in about 3 days. Like, I can slip your names on there, like, no problem. And she goes and she just goes, so who are these two? They're so alike.
Yeah, I feel like in only looks, ma'am.
like your brother is like, yes. She goes, he's like, I'm Dandelion, and this is my sister Thistle. And she goes, oh, such beautiful names, such beautiful faces. And she just, like, again, just in your space, grabs your face, each of you with one hand, and, like, just, like, adjusts your face and, like, squeezes it a little bit. Her hands are very warm. Like, the ends of them are kind of, like, dye-stained, but none come off on your face. It looks like it's a long time.
Yeah.
And just kind of moving your faces about, and then like puts her hands in your hair, and she's like silk, and she's just moving around. She goes, "Oh, you two are so beautiful."
Thank you.
Yep, Dandelion's looks awkward.
Get used to it, okay? You're lucky that we're not still in the alienage and you haven't gotten married yet. Holy shit.
I was dreading
You've had to deal with this every single day for 2 weeks. But, may I ask what's going on here, though?
Oh,
What are you
yes. Ulea, she gestures to the young woman in front. She has been betrothed.
Oh, exciting! So,
Very exciting.
what is the custom here then?
Oh, well, don't take our customs for all customs of people of our skin, but we have a unique custom here where every member of the community that has already been married, an old maid, if you will come and bring a piece of their old dress to try and sew something together to make a beautiful thing. But of course, it is ultimately the bride's decision. Ulea here is a little picky. She has, she's always obviously a beauty, and she has known it since she was a very little girl. Her to-be is a very wealthy merchant, actually. And though I was going to expect she was going to spit in our faces for tradition and get a fancy dress, because that's what she's always wanted. But she seems to be very excited about this tradition, which I'm very, very happy for. It's good to see the younger generation at least humoring us old people.
Do you use lace here?
She nods. She goes, rarely, but it is definitely something we have used. Why? That's a strange line of questioning, young miss. Are you a seamstress of some sort?
I used to be.
Yes. Your dress does not speak to someone who sews clothes.
Well,
she like shingles the magic armor.
Yeah, that's the best thing.
I actually lost all of my clothes and, oh man, all of my yarn.
She laughs a little bit and she goes, yarn.
Well, wool. I come from a colder climate. You have to
Yeah,
understand.
she's not. It's like that is not something we use here. That's
But,
what it would be ruined by the sea air within a few hours of being outside.
Oh yes, it's very uncomfortable when it's been doused in seawater. But I used to specialize in making lace and embroidery, and we did a few bridal gowns for some of the nobles where we lived. But,
Yes, you grew up in an alienage, yes?
yes.
Gianna goes, they're elves? and then laughs. He goes, sorry,
I say
sorry,
to her
I
in
can't help.
Elvish as if that wasn't fucking obvious, even without seeing us.
I mean, she just laughs because she's like, I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Oh, I thought. Oh,
It's fun to fuck with people.
Yeah, I thought you would have known.
Oh, she knows.
Oh yeah. Ah, gee.
She was fucking with him.
mhm.
Oh, what's up?
Oh my god, Aaron.
Well, we know he's here. We do know he's here now.
It's broadcasting to the waterfall? Oh my god.
What is that?
Loud noises!
There we go.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my
Are
goodness.
we live again?
Yeah.
I think
Alright.
we're okay.
I think
Oh.
we're live. Oh. Loud noises.
Yes. it
Oh,
was.
Loud noise.
Yeah, but Tiana then says, well, we're just going to spend the next 2 days here then. Thistle has compatriots. She's not going to be coming with us. Am I right about that, Thistle?
Where are you guys going, anyways?
They both shrug.
Oh,
Like-
that's comforting.
She goes on a ship, on a merchant vessel.
On the boat.
Like, we're not going. The plan isn't the destination. It's the work, the ship.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. I mean, I've kind of signed on this life, and I like it. Not being a pirate, I didn't really like that.
No, I yeah. No, I know you like being a sailor. It's okay.
I do, and though I get a lot of shit for it, because I'm like the only elf, I don't mind, and I don't care. You know, we grew up in the alienage. I'm used to getting shit for being what I am, but at least there,
There were
I don't
more
know.
people. There were more
Well-
of us.
yeah. But no. On the ship, on a ship, it's they give you shit not because they think they're better than you, but because it's something they can make fun of. It doesn't matter who you are or what you are, you're gonna get made fun of in any way. The most veteran sailor on ships get their shit pushed in it. It kind of makes me feel equal with all of them. Hey,
Hey, there he is.
it's not exploding now. Yay!
Hey.
Yeah,
I switched to my headphones. I forgot
what that
my-
was about.
Phone mic is broken.
Yeah, that's right. Forgot about that.
Alright, yeah. So I'll go back to mute.
Cool. He just says it kind of makes me feel equal in a way, because everyone gives each other shit. I mean,
Like being-
it's that I'm an elf and I'm pretty boy and I look like a girl from behind.
Is that why you cut your hair?
No. Yes. I don't even. Yes, that is the reason. I mean, I don't know if you realize this, but I got mistaken for you a lot growing up.
Oh, how do you think it felt for me being mistaken for you?
I'm pretty sure it happened to me more often. Because from behind, you look like a girl, and from behind, I look like a girl. Apparently, Tiana just says, "Well, I wouldn't know."
Hmm?
Allegedly.
Mhm. I don't think you look like a girl. I think you look like a very handsome man.
Do not use the mom. Oh God, you sound just like mom.
I do not sound like mom because there would have been more racial obscenities about humans in that sentence. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, she would have used the word, proper, Dalin handsome man or something like that.
Yeah. It's weird.
And yeah, no, it's weird. But yes, we'll be going on a ship. Her friends are in town. Treat them well. And the woman goes, if they treat us well, we treat them well, and if they are friends of yours, they should have no problems. At least from us.
All right. Wait, are you leaving?
Who are you talking to?
Tiana.
Oh, she goes, in a couple days.
Oh, I thought you meant now. Treat them.
No. You heard the conversation that they're both going to get on a ship in 3 days.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so...
They're not leaving right now.
No, yeah. I'm just like, wait, what?
Yeah, but if but now that you're here, spending some time, we could use your help. She goes, and then Baba then kind of volunteers you, because this is their culture, to help with the dress, and she then suggests that Amris go be a man and and go and learn something from the men.
I pull him aside if he is going to leave, and I just
he's kind of he's being a little shamed out, and he's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go do that.
Don't smoke that stuff, please.
And he just looks at you and goes, okay.
Okay. I mean, I realize that, it's their culture and stuff like that, but, I don't want your brain getting messed with today, okay?
He nods, he goes, okay. Well, I don't know if I'll have a choice. These people seem to just, say you're going to do something. It's very strange. I'll try not to. Try not to, okay?
Okay. Just keep your wits about you, right?
He nods. He goes, always. So yeah, he'll leave the room. Tiana goes with him, actually. But you are just volunteered to be a seamstress.
Okay. Sure.
Yep. That's.
I mean, at some point, I need to have a conversation with Tiana, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's for the next 3 hours. You're just telling this woman. Yeah, and you're right. Yeah, this woman Alea is fucking picky. She.
But those are the best people to make clothes for because they know what they want and what they don't want, so it makes it easier.
It's very true. And yeah, she definitely, you're getting a Sweet 16 vibe off this girl. She's everything's got to be amazing and perfect and beautiful, and but you help them out, and they just kind of treat you like you just are belonging there because they just kind of brought you over. Occasionally when there's a break, a lot of the women just talk about how beautiful you are and your hair, and
I'm getting really weirded out the further this goes, and I'm just like, okay.
Why are we making a wedding dress for this girl?
Yeah, well, no, they do. They definitely talk about that. They definitely talk about where's, where, are you married? Where's your husband? Are you not married yet? You're so beautiful. Why don't you have a man?
To avoid. Ooh, actually, you know what she would do in this situation? Oh my god. Okay. She starts talking about Laurel.
Laurel?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
And Ducade to try and throw them a bone.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? Seriously? Yeah, no problem.
No, she starts talking about these two men that she's met. Like, oh, like, they're so different, but, you know, they're both kind of sweet and cute. And, you know, just, like...
Cool. Yeah, I know a couple of them engage in like, oh, that's so good, nice for them to have that, and a couple of them are like, how much money do they make? Like,
I like how we're in Antiva, right?
Yep.
you are technically in Antiva.
They're what is their like allegory? What are they the allegory for again?
Spain. I think.
Spain.
Oh, that seems about right.
Yeah. Well, these people aren't Antivan. These are
Oh,
Ravani.
Ravani. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, they're the Ravani, which are, you know,
Like the allegory for like.
well, they're like they're kind of like,
very nebulous.
yeah, I mean they're supposed to be like the Balkans kind of area, like
Oh, okay.
like, you know, southern Eastern European, you know, like the mishing mash, basically like the mutts of Europe, kind of like they're
okay.
you know, Romanis, you know,
Oh, okay.
you know, if we want to be offensive, gypsies.
Oh, okay.
That's what
See,
they're.
it makes a lot more
Have
sense.
you ever read A Bride's Tale? It's
Yes.
No, I've not read about it. So.
Wait, you have? Oh my god,
Yeah,
is this
I
like
have.
that?
Kind of a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I love the embroidery details in that book. Oh my god, yes. Anyways, weird moment over. But okay.
Okay.
Like,
It makes a little bit more sense to me now. I was just trying to get a feel for everybody.
yeah, no, that's good. No, it's awesome. So yeah, you spend some hours doing that, and then you can kind of like, after like they feel like they've worked enough on the dress today. They're not like gonna finish it today, but they've done enough. She's like, I'm tired of standing here and being stuck. So they, you know, eventually get it off of her and back onto this actually like very well looking mannequin.
Oh, okay.
You know, well, you know, it's not like a full mannequin.
Well,
it's
they've
the
got a
bodice
solid
stand.
dress form. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dress form. And then you're allowed to go back and you can have if you wanted to have a conversation with Tiana, you can totally do that.
Yes, I would like to have a conversation with Tiana.
Okay.
Because things are weird and she doesn't know what's going on. So,
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, you can like, you know, get her just in you and her conversation, and there's no privacy anywhere, but like you can be in a place where basically where it's just you two talking around a bunch of other people talking and drinking.
Mhm.
Your brother is fairly distracted. It seems like he's actually adapted fairly quickly. When you came back in, he's like dancing with a bunch of other men who are like doing like this you know, very strange looking dance. He seems into it though.
No, this is my brother. He's the chameleon of the family, so, you know,
Yeah.
I just assume that he's okay.
Yep. So you.
Tiana, I wanted to talk to you about some of the things that happened on the ship.
Oh, like, very well. What specifically?
Well, for one thing, are you okay?
She like blinks a couple. Well, no, she doesn't blink, but she kind of like gets like a scrunched face, like, I believe so.
I mean, from what I understood, you weren't exactly kept there of your own volition, and maybe not under the
Oh.
best circumstances. And
I mean, I was locked in a room, but yes, I was okay. It's not that they beat me or anything,
1 second.
but I'm all right. I've been in worse situations.
all right. So you seem to know a lot about the Fade and spirits,
She nods.
and you're actually the first full Ravani seer that I've met. I only know a little bit about Ravani seers from Eleonora, but she has some weird issues with that. Anyways, moving on. So, one, what is a Ravani seer? And two, could you help me with some of the problems that I'm having with spirits?
She goes, well, to answer your first question, a Riveni seer, you ask 7 different people, they'll have 7 different answers for you. It's just someone who... Many of us are often trained or born with an ability to feel the fate. Maybe this is just being a mage, maybe this is something more. I've always been very in tune with the fate ever since I was a small girl. And it was cultivated by a seeress who taught me. And everything became so much clearer there. My life became far easier and yet more complicated when I learned of my ways. A seer is someone who can use the flow of the fate to determine visions. The fate is full of memories. Some of those memories are memories from things that have not happened yet, at least in our world. Everything is directly influenced. We influence the fate extronomically, more than anyone really understands, I think, more than I understand. And our actions have echoes, like ripples through a pond. And if a big enough ripple happens, it will be sent backwards in sort of our way. Time is, of course, not a thing in the Fade. Time is our concept, not theirs. And so sometimes I can glimpse memories soaked in the Fade, and sometimes they are of the past, the present, or have what yet to come. I use this by communicating with spirits. Not so much as going, yes, hello, spirits. Good to see you. It's not like that. It's when I say communicate, I mean more... I feel them, and they feel me, and we intertwine our needs, our feelings. And through some joining of some kind, some meeting of the minds, I'm able to glimpse things that formed them, memories that they are made of, actions that shaped them, and thus seeing things in our realm from a different perspective. Does that make any kind of sense?
It does. It does.
It's very hard to explain. I apologize.
No, it might have.
It's also very hard to say because I am blind, and trying to tell what I experience is very difficult.
No, I definitely understand that. Have you ever, I don't know, been joined with the spirit, but it's permanent?
I'm sorry, what? You said that very high. Your voice went very high there. Amrith does that same thing when he's nervous about something. What is this? What are you saying? I think it went to an octave I can't hear.
I'm sorry. Have you ever been bonded to a spirit where it's permanent?
No. I've heard of such a thing, though. I've never experienced it myself, but I was told a story.
What was the story?
Oh. Well, it's a story told to all seers. I assume. It seems common enough. A little girl was playing by a river when she slipped and fell in. This girl had always been a kind one, always aiding injured animals, helping her mother and father with their duties, never complaining, things of this nature. And when she fell into the river and began to drown, she lost consciousness, and she and thus allowing a spirit to come to her aid, one that had always looked after her ever since she was a girl, and saved her life. And thus afterwards, this spirit was always with her, in her. They merged into one. It was not her and the spirit of, I think it was it was something like kindness or propriety. I don't remember exactly. I think it was kindness. The spirit of kindness and her were not inhabiting the same body. They were the same person, and she rose out of the river far wiser and kinder than she ever would have been on her own, and thus by embracing the spirit she spread kindness to others. And it's a fairy tale. It's not necessarily a true story. It's just a there's actually several versions of it. There's one version where she just dies, but she joins the spirits. There's another version where she's that the girl is very lazy and then falls into the river and dies because it's to scare children into helping their parents cook and stuff. It's a very common tale. Lots of rivers remain.
So, say that one were to be on fairly good terms with spirits in general, and say one were to die, and that spirit inhabited one's body for a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, okay, alright, there's no way that I'm gonna escape the blame for this. I might as well just say it now, because you're not gonna kill me like Eleonora will. So, okay, there's a spirit of determination. It kind of possessed me, and now we're kind of like the same person.
She nods and goes, I know.
You do?
Well, that's helpful.
She nods.
So I'm not weird.
No, you're very weird. You're very
No,
No, it's very strange, but I saw it. At first I just thought you were filled with determination, and then after observing you for a time I realized you were, well, filled with determination.
yeah. So, do you know any of the long-term ramifications of this? Other than my eventual death by Eleonora that I know is coming.
She chuckles and... Honestly, no one can really say for sure, but from what I know, you're going to change.
Okay, on the same subject, I may have also let avarice influence me for a short time in the Fade, and, yeah, so my brain stays... Yeah, it's been really bad. It's been... Oh, God. Because, I've tried really hard to be very selfless throughout my life, except now my brain is not cooperating.
Well, it's not your brain that's the problem. And she, goes to put her hand on your head, but misses, kind of, and is like, crap, where is...
I awkwardly grab her hand and place it on my head like it's okay.
Yeah, she goes, alright, there it is. Kind of grabs it, goes, not your head that is the problem, and then she kind of puts her hand on your chest and goes, it is your soul, your spirit, yourself. You are changing who you are fundamentally. You are being influenced by the Fade. And that's what happens when a spirit enters you. Either you change it, or it changes you, or more likely, you both change into something different. And if you are influenced by avarice, then, you're probably going to get a little more greedy. Not necessarily for money, but just about things. That's not too bad. Or it could be, I mean, it could be very bad. I don't know.
Um,
I could tell you that everything's going to be okay, but quite honestly, Thistle, you're probably going to change. And you are also most likely going. Be very nice, Thistle, and don't tell your. I wouldn't tell your brother this, but
mhm.
you're most likely going to die young.
So,
People who get inhabited by spirits like this, it damages them. They generally don't live for very long after, whether this is from, warded off wounds by the spirit, or just an unhealthy lifestyle of getting involved. It's nothing's for certain. But my guess is you aren't going to live as long as you could have.
quite frankly, I wasn't expecting to live much longer anyways.
She goes, I'm sorry.
I don't think there's a way that I could get out of this alive. I made a very good friend. And he asked me if I was prepared to die for what I'm trying to do. I guess now I don't have a choice. So.
She goes, nothing is set in stone. I will just tell you this, Thistle. You and most of your friends, they are... How do I say? Twisted.
That might not be the best way to put it.
No, she goes, shh. Like, what I mean is, many people I can see. We're going back to a river metaphor. Many people, when I see, quote unquote, she does like air quotes, see their lives. It's to me like a trip on a river. Calm, some rapids, some narrow parts, some turns. However, your friends and you are caught in something. It twists and turns, fog everywhere. And in fact, if I were a betting girl, which I am, I would say that it's not that fate has something in store for you, but more that you all have something in store for fate. Does that make sense? Whether you like it or not, your group is tied to something. Something you probably couldn't get out of if you wanted to. There was a point where you all could have turned away, but you didn't. And now there is no turning back. Irregardless of consequences. That's what I see.
Well, that's certainly ominous and a little helpful, I guess. But I have another question for you. I asked you before if there was a way to counter blood magic, and you said it's like poison, it depends on the snake.
Nods.
Can you teach me?
She goes, well, it's difficult. How versed are you with magic that influences the spirit?
I'm so. I mean,
She nods.
okay, so you know how you were talking about how you can feel the fade and everything like that?
She nods.
I can't feel it, like, nebulously, but I feel it in other living things. And so that's how I heal. And that's really all I know how to do.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose. So that was Tony. Oh, she's not coughing. Tony's coughing.
No, she suddenly has tuberculosis and she's dying.
Yep. Um, she goes, I'm not much of a teacher. It's difficult because I learned a very strange way because I am a blind girl.
Well, I've been saying is that the majority of my healing I learned from a random spirit in the Fade. So you know what? We're on even ground.
She nods. Goes, well, I don't know if I could really teach you. I know someone who could.
Who?
It is a well, they're not really a. Oh gosh, how do I explain this? It's so strange because I experience things different than you. They're genderless, or don't I don't know. It's from what their energy is genderless to me.
Mm-hmm.
Their name is Dimoko. I will drop that.
Demoko.
Yes, Dimoko.
And who is this person?
Most people call them the Bleeding Monk.
And why do they call them that?
Because he cries blood.
Huh.
Yeah, that's actually a medical condition. I'll shut up now. And what exactly do they do?
That is a strange question. I don't know. He taught me many things. Now, Osiris taught me how to do the proper things, but how to really view the fate and interpret it, he's the one who taught me. His ability in it is amazing. He somehow knows nothing, yet knows everything. Does that make sense?
Well, it's kind of along the lines of, like the thought experiment of the entire ocean can be contained within a tiny droplet of water, So yeah, it makes sense. At least to my weird brain.
She just shrugs and goes, okay, I don't... Alright.
Yeah, trust me.
But he knew everything about me without knowing a thing about me. He didn't know my name, where I came from, or anything about my family, even about my abilities, but he somehow knew me. It's strange. He is strange. Well, not he. They are strange.
And where is this person?
That is the problem.
Aha, I figured there was a catch.
Nods. I don't know. They sort of just showed up. Or maybe I showed up. It's very strange. But now that you know their name, it would be easier for you to come into contact with them. And they are very willing to teach and listen if they feel that is the time for them to do that. I will also tell you, they are very abrasive and make no apologies for their behavior. And if you cannot handle them, then that is like your problem, quote unquote. They are kind, but
Gruff?
like Nods, like they have little time for nebulous questions, and they insult people quite often. She's just like looking off in the distance.
Oh, this person and my teacher, we get along so well. So well.
Yes, they unfortunately I can't tell you what they looked like because, and then like just gestures.
No, I understand.
They were not very tall, I know that, and hairless.
Hairless. Okay.
Yes, bald, very oddly shaped head. I know they had much jewelry on them, many rings and necklaces. They were fetishes, I believe.
Okay. Are there any cultures that you know of that would place spiritual or religious significance?
See, that's the thing. I cannot identify his accent for the life of me. I have no idea where he's from. And I asked him, and he says, I am from life. He's very strange.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's one more person to add to the list. Is there anything that we can do for you?
At the moment, no, I'm quite satisfied. You've done more than enough. And we're just going to relax here. Maybe you could do something for me, actually.
Okay.
Spend some time with your brother.
Aww.
Also, Rosalind told me something.
That...
Is your brother attracted to me?
I would say yes.
Why do you say it so hesitantly?
Because I might get into trouble if I tell you that.
Well, see, I didn't realize this. See, as a seeress, you feel other people's emotions, but it's hard to tell whether what you're feeling, or whether what you're feeling is their actual emotions or what you want their emotions to be.
Well, do you want his emotions to be that way?
You see her visibly blush, and she's like, perhaps. Would that be so wrong? I hesitate saying that to a sister.
You have to realize that I want my brother to be happy. And if you're the person who makes him happy, then that would mean the world to me.
Yeah, at that point, she like reaches her hands out to like find your shoulders, and then like pulls you into a hug.
Aww.
I hug her back.
Yeah. She like you feel like she breathes out, like she just gets attention and goes, "All right, well, that's fun, eh?" So you enjoy the rest of your evening. Yay! Yay! You talk to Amris for a bit, and basically saying like how awesome he enjoys these people and this culture, and he's always been he's always been kind of an outward guy. Like he's the one always talking to everybody, no matter how embarrassed or much trouble he got into. Kind of kid. Kid with a crazy plan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But he seems to enjoy it, and yeah. But then it gets late. Everyone kind of heads off to bed, and all that stuff. You're kind of put back with the a lot of the women, and everyone's just sort of sleeping in a pile. It seems like there are people have other places in their houses. Like some people have left and gone off to maybe where they stay, but like it looks like a lot of people just stay here. And yep, they all just pass out, and I'm guessing so do you.
Yep.
Then I would
Been a long
like
day.
to. Yep, I would then like you to make a perception hearing
Lord.
test.
Perception hearing.
Yep.
This is how you got
I am
kidnapped last time.
Like log. I am just totally out.
Oh my god! Wow, 6.
I am.
Oh boy.
dead to the world. How screwed am I? How much of my stuff am I about to lose?
Well, no, that's not your problem.
Primarily my sanity, I know, but really.
Yeah. So, okay, I think I'll just explain this in a bit. Yeah. Oof. Okay, so take 6 damage.
Oh god.
But that's not what you're awake from. Just note that you have 6 left health. You are violently shaken awake.
Oh god. Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, and you hear like lots of noise kind of around you that's slowly starting to filter in. You realize from like you probably drink. Like some of the only drink they had was alcohol, so you might have drank a little bit more. So you got a little drunk, so you got a little sleepy drunk, and you touch the side of your head, and there's like pain there, like, and you feel like the tenderness of like maybe a bruise on the side of your head. You're like, how the hell?
Why?
And looking at you, it's just one of the it's one of the Ravani girls that just a random one that maybe you talk to a little bit. And she goes like, wake up, what is wrong with you? And
I'm sorry, I'm a heavy sleeper. This has been a problem before. What's going on?
And as you like slowly open your eyes, there's fire.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm guessing you get up at that point.
Oh, I am up. I have all my things in like 10 seconds flat. I am pulling on boots. I am just swearing.
Yeah, no,
to
people
high
are like
heaven.
trying to move things out. It's just going like a wall has just gone completely up, and you like move to go to the entrance, and someone like grabs you, goes, no, not that way, not that way, and kind of drags you to like a back area where a little like they basically open up part of the floor, and there's like a couple boats beneath this one area where like it looks like it's built over the water, and they just kind of like push you down there.
I
Do
am
you resist?
screaming for my brother at this point, so yes, I am resisting.
Okay, cool. I would like you to make a strength might check.
Oh, this is gonna go so great.
Yep, I believe in you.
10!
Hey, look at that. $17.
95%.
Yeah, hey, this girl's got muscles apparently. Yeah, so you're just like you're screaming for your brother, and the girl like just shoves you down there. There's already some older women who looks like you've gone down there. You kind of like you hit the boat and you're like, ah. The drop wasn't very far, but it does like cause a bit of pain. She jumps down. Other people have kind of like begin to scatter out. There's other people on boats moving out quickly. People begin to the other like old women in your boat begin to like immediately row out towards looks like some kind of looks like nooked channels kind of off in the distance in between the buildings, and you're now seeing the House of Seven Colors is just ablaze. And looks like it's starting to catch some of the other buildings around it, but it's mainly that one. And as you kind of pull around to another side where you can kind of see the side like dock view of it, you see a bunch of men in like dark leathers with like face kind of mask hoods where like they just see their eyes, and like these strange plumes of feathers on top of their head. And they're like dragging out people. They're dragging out like moving sacks, throwing them into like boats. You see a lot of dead Ravani men, like a good amount of them just run through. Some of the like two of the old men that you were just joking with, and they were smoking hashish. Their guts are just on the bleeding across the docks everywhere. And yeah, it's just chaos.
I am screaming my head off and immediately trying to find the quickest way over to them.
Okay, yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, well, as you try to do that, all the women are grabbing at you to try to keep you in the boat, because they don't want you going over there, because they're concerned for you.
Obviously.
Yeah.
This is gonna be causing some flashbacks. This is gonna. Oh boy.
Yeah. So I want you to make me another strength might check.
Oh boy.
Women are trying desperately to keep you at bay. Oh my god,
No.
you suck!
I know.
She doesn't suck. She's just a mage.
She only has a +1 more than you, but oh my god. Yeah, these two women just hold you back, and you're just screaming for your brother, and one of them...
At this point, my parents as well.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's having flashbacks.
Yeah, no, basically, yeah, some PTSD. You're just screaming in Elvish at this point. Pretty hardcore. They keep you there as the boat kind of gets off into the darkness. I think it comes to a point with all of your very low rolls, and the extreme trauma. I need you to make a roll for me.
What type of roll?
It is a willpower roll. You're pretty good at those.
Self-discipline?
Yes.
17.
Nice. So, after a bit, after you're away from the thing, you manage to bring yourself back, from the shock. You realize, no, this is real. Like, I'm in a boat. There are no darkspawn. This is... You managed to bring yourself back, basically. And calm down. And it looks like you weren't hearing it before, but the woman next to you has been saying something to you the whole time. And now you're like, do that thing where you're just kind of coming out of shock and everything's kind of dulling down and tears are streaming from your eyes. And you look over to her, and she says, "Your brother's gone."
What?
He's gone. When they came in, they just started... The roof was on fire, and then the door just exploded, and they just started grabbing people and killing those who resisted, and
your brother stood up and he killed a couple of them, but they had a mage. They threw something, it hit him, and he just went down, and then they stuffed him in a sack.
Where's Tiana?
They got her too. One of our men fell on you. Like, I guess they didn't see you when they died. His head hit yours, kind of touching the side of your head. They must have not have seen you.
Who were they? What did they want? Why did they do this? What's going on?
The girl looks like she's trying to keep calm, like, for you, but then when you're freaking out and you're asking her questions that she doesn't know, she goes like, and then she just breaks down crying. And then she starts saying this name over and over again, Sergio. She just keeps saying that name. And looks one of the old women who's next to you, and she goes, "That was the boy who guarded the door. He was 17. They killed him. I know who they are.
Who?
Like the Cliff Birds. They're a criminal syndicate within Porta del Sol. They control much here. They are seizing territory. They're in war with a couple other factions, but theirs is so far the most powerful. You can tell from the colorful plumage they keep on their clothes. And, of course, their access to mages. Their leader is a mage. Like a horrible mage. An evil mage.
At this point, she's just kind of rocking back and forth, and then she just starts screaming a blood-curdling scream and just crying.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
I would do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you eventually get to like this kind of what they seem like a safe haven. It's a little farther out on the docks. It's kind of more seaside. You see a lot of like Ravani people covered in like soot and smoke. Some of them bleeding. It looks like a lot of the old women are there, and all of them just like look destitute and like people who've just been in a fire and shock, just 1,000-yard stare. Some of the younger people are either freaking out or just like numbly walking through and like making sure everyone's okay, and like everyone's just trying to cope with it in their different ways. And one of they're all kind of sitting there, and you're just kind of freaking out. That one woman who is next to you has kind of been helping you out and moving you, and kind of
At this point, I'm trying to pull it together. So
totally, yeah. I mean, with that prior 17 willpower roll, I'll just say you can if you want. You can do it. You pull yourself together, and you now hear like people like, "What's the count?" And she goes, "Well, 14 murdered, and I saw at least maybe 10 be taken, but there's a lot more unaccounted for." And they all just kind of nod.
they could have gotten out. We need to search the streets. There could be wounded.
Like one of the men who's left goes, "Don't worry, we sent some of our best to go look. We're looking. We're also alerting everyone else in the community about possible raid on their homes as quickly as we can." And one of the old women goes, "Wait a minute, you," and he points at you, Thistle, like, you have friends, don't you?"
Yes.
I saw them. Tiana talked about them. There was a knight, and you have people, armed people, yes?
Yes.
All of us have arms.
That is true. We do.
I
all
was
have-
waiting.
She like kind of grabs at you and goes, "Your people were taken too, yes? My daughter, she was taken. Like they were all taken, and like it was just like Ivana, many of us were taken." And he goes, and like please, and she just grabs onto you, like just trying to clutch at your clothes. You know, this woman, you know, obvious signs of a desperate woman. Like we don't have much left, but we do anything. Please help us get them back from those monsters. We'll never find justice. The town guard are as corrupt as any criminal. Like we will never seek justice. No one cares for us here. We are vermin to them.
I grip her by the shoulders.
Yeah.
And I look her in the eye and I say, I'm not going to rest until all of your people are back.
Yeah, she just like kind of collapses and just, you know, thank you. And a couple other people like kind of look at you like, and like just kind of look and nod at you.
Aw.
And a couple people will say like, thank you. And a couple of people are like, I don't know why they're here, but listen, you should go. If you need to go and get your friends, I can take you. My day job. I'm a carriage driver within town.
If you can get me there faster, that would be...
Where are they?
With a noble that I don't trust as far as I can throw her. Her name's Lady Sonova.
No, that's not her name.
Or, no? What? That's not it? Oh, no, that's not it. Oh, shit.
No.
Wrong notes.
Yeah.
Okay, what is her name?
Lady Sonova was the woman involved in the lyrium smuggling.
Yes, I don't trust her as far as I can throw her either.
That's another, that is a good point. Yeah, Baroness Lucrezia.
Baroness Lucrezia.
Yeah, when you say that, her face goes like a little pale, which is strange for Ravani. He goes, "Ooh, there are many stories about her.
You need to tell me everything that you know.
I'll tell you on the way." And he invites you. You kind of sneak through the town to get to the carriage. You guys don't run into any more Cliffbirds, but he's still wanting to sneak just in case. You get into his carriage, and he drives you up there because it would have been a shitty walk. I will just tell you.
I'm guessing, yeah.
It would have been an awful walk. Shitty walk.
That was quite
It's
alright for
dawn
me.
dawn by the time, like well into dawn by the time you actually reach her manor.
And this would lead us right to where we left off last time.
Yep.
Yeah. So he tells you like a bunch of stories about Baroness Lucrezia. A lot of them sound like urban legend kind of shit. That a very superstitious people tells about a rich person they don't like. You know, you heard a lot of these in the Alienage, and like when you ever time to clarify, he's just like, okay, well, she doesn't actually do that. In fact, she, you know, no. But you know, there's just like a lot of weird circumstances around her with like how she came to power and like,
How fucking
you know,
old she is.
yeah, that she look, you know, she's fairly good looking for how old she is. Things like that, like how she bathes in blood and, you know, the souls of little girls, and you're like, have children actually disappeared near her house or sightings? And they're like, no. But
It
it's
wouldn't be surprising.
But it's a popular reason to blame, basically. Like she seems to be the scapegoat for a lot of shit in town. She's one of the but then he also tells you some stories about the other four nobles, and a lot of their stories are nearly identical to hers. It just kind of seems like they're like the 5 richest people in town, so everyone doesn't like them.
Yeah.
And it sucks because like magic's a thing, and maybe this is founded in something, but it's hard to diffuse through the cultural superstition and what could actually be, you know.
She's also just very distrusting of nobles in general.
I mean,
so.
healthy attitude, but by the time you finally get there, these big
these big fucking gates. You kind of run up to them, and as you run up to them, the gates just open for you, and you notice there were some men kind of like operating it. They're elves, much tanner elves, and as you run by them, they go, you must be Thistle, as you just like, I'm guessing, move past them, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Pretty much. I'm just like, sorry, I'll say hi later.
They're just like, okay, it's fine. And you
No
then
one
like,
ever says hi to us anyways.
yeah, they look like gardeners.
The lowly life of the dragon.
Yeah. You then throw open the main double doors, and then standing there, you see like Rosalind and Damien and Hystra, all just in kind of casual clothing. Looks like they're about to go enjoy a nice breakfast. And then I'm guessing you say,
Someone took my fucking brother.
there you
Oh
go.
god.
Cool. We need to break there because I have to go to the bathroom really bad. But I just wanted to get to that point. You know, we had the catch-up part of the episode to be like, okay, then that's how that happened. All right.
Okay.
Cool. Quick 5-minute break. I need to pee real bad. Okay. See you in a bit.
It's your...
Well, we caught up with everybody.
Yeah. But creepy thing is that when he was talking about, like, when he was, like, telling them the stories, my game made a really creepy sound. I was like, so I was like, what? What's going on? Stupid Minecraft.
Yeah, sorry that took so long. That took a lot longer than I was expecting.
It's all good. I'm
Yeah.
surprised
Fine.
Tony
Yeah,
could
story
keep us
time.
all quiet.
Yeah.
Because in my game, I can't get a stupid bud to shut up. Right, Joe?
Yep.
A bud will refuse to shut up.
Why do you think I muted myself for half that game?
Yeah. I need to
'Cause I was
figure out
like,
how to.
oh, he's not gonna let anyone else talk. Alright, I'll just mute myself.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to get everyone to have their turn.
I'll be honest. I had been playing video games this entire time and treating this whole thing like a podcast, basically.
Yeah, I've
Same.
been drawing too. So.
I've also been doing laundry.
Speaking of laundry, I think my dryer might be there.
I've
Anyway.
been playing Minecraft and I was ate lunch and I put away cat food to my grandma and all that fun stuff.
Anyway, I hope nothing too exciting happens today because I'm kind of in the middle of like a pretty intense part of the game.
What game are
What
you
game are you
playing?
playing?
Final Fantasy: A Realm Reborn.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. Fuck off, you mantises.
Mhm. I managed to hit myself again.
Aw.
I scratched myself on the cat food box.
Alright, you know this again.
This is the second time that's happened today. I have the scratch on my toes still.
Oh yeah, we saw that yesterday. Or I saw that yesterday.
Yeah, I just sent the picture to you. That was like too gross.
Not really.
Eh.
There's grosser stuff that happens on cable TV than what your cat did to you. So
Yeah, true. That is true. I can't find any minerals. Gosh darn it.
Ugh, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yay.
Okay.
The great thing about Bud, though, is that he has a really cool Irish accent.
but it doesn't go away.
Aw.
Even out of the game, he does the Irish accent. Like, when we finally ended the game, he wouldn't stop the Irish accent. I was like, okay, you can stop it now.
But it's not only him. Like Tracy, kind of main characters.
Yeah.
Because like, what is it? Emily and I and Alex were gonna try and have a conversation in game, and then they were like, "Nope, you must listen to
Yeah.
what we were doing."
I was trying to get you guys to do your thing, and then they're like, nope, we have to do our thing now. I'm like, well, I'm DM, so you have to listen to me. Yeah, I need to figure out a system where everyone can have their turn.
Yeah, I mean, finding time for everyone is difficult.
And the crazy thing is that it's the same amount of people we have in this game, and yet we are a lot more respectful when it comes to letting people talk.
No, it's one more. There's 7.
I mean, granted, this will just had half the session, but it's okay because
Yeah,
that was
she wasn't
actually
here
really
last
enjoyable.
time.
Well, she wasn't
So-
here last session. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That makes sense. It's not like where I have to mute myself because no one's letting me talk. You know, like.
Well, we have more players in a 5e game. We have 7, 8 counting me.
Mm. Indeed. I mean, I think we have
We
We
have
have
way
6
too many
players
players.
Yeah, well, the thing is, every episode, it's not gonna. Unfortunately, it can't feature every character.
Right.
Always, everyone gets like sometimes there's small moments, but everyone's gotten kind of like some cool focus on their character at one point or another.
Right. Like
So-
here, it's probably going to be mostly me and Thistle, probably,
Possibly.
as opposed to last time when we were in the free marches, where it was more a lot of stuff that Rosalind was doing.
Yeah,
I
Rosalind
had
and
one big
Hephaestus.
arc with Havris. A lot of the
Yep.
time
Yeah.
it's more, when do I get to do stuff because the group's off doing other things. Hence why it took us so long to find Gameth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
So that was really not my arc. It should have been, but...
They're like, ooh, oh my god, hold on. Ooh, yeah.
Okay there?
Mm-hmm. Just coughing.
Huh. I understand. I've been coughing all week.
Ah, lame. Being sick sucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to go check on my dry and go to the bathroom before we start again. So.
Okay.
Whee! I'm gonna play more Minecraft. Yay! Yeah. Yeah, I'm just really frustrated with my group at this point. I mean, there was only session 1 last time. Shouldn't be okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's, it's a balancing act, and, want to improv and whatnot.
What my DM did when we were doing Dragonate, when we were doing Pathfinder, he made us all roll initiative, and then it went in that order for people talking and doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that concept, but I don't know how well it's going to work with Bud,
Mm-hmm.
who thinks he's the center of attention, apparently.
Bard.
Yeah. His name's Gallivant.
Gallivant.
Gallivant the Bud. The
Interesting.
dwarf Bud. And we always make fun of him because he's short.
Mm.
He kind of has a romance going on with Tiefling.
Me as a dungeon master, I have a small group of friends, and doing turns. Then when for example the monks, it's the monk's turn, and then the ranger's like, you have to do this, do that, and I'm like, you're not there, and he says, but if you do this, you're not there. Oh well, it's not your turn. Well, stuff like that, and you just keep repeating that, and then suddenly you'll be like, wait, what? Oh yeah, sorry, and then at some point they will just quit saying stuff when it's not their turn.
that shit has always annoyed me. When it was
I
did you just do this? I'm like, especially when I'm DMing new people with like veteran people, they're like, if you just, I'm like, dude, let them fucking play the game. Do not play the game for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have 2 veterans, and all the rest of them are new. Joe
Like,
and
this
someone
is
else.
most efficient. Like, fuck efficient. Let them have fun. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Luckily, my game's high roleplay, so it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
And very charisma-based, for some reason.
Yep. We would probably have more combat in this game if the combat system was like a little more streamlined.
Yeah.
But it's not. Like
the max amount of damage you can do, even with magic, isn't a whole lot, and it still like doesn't take in like it still has to go through armor. So and you get a lot of health very quickly in this game.
Yep.
So every fight is just like a knockdown drag out. Like even the weakest thing in this book has 20 health, like and armor. So like I don't. It's just like yes, everything is a horrible slog, and I just don't like that. Which is why the last few fights have just been like a demon or a thing.
A thing.
Yeah, just because
Can't you
do we
like?
not remember the dragon fight? Or the Drakeling?
Yep, that fight. I remember it.
Can we just kind of change it?
Before I even got here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been kind of doing. Luckily, also,
No, but I mean, like,
that I have Damien because Damien deals a lot of damage fairly consistently, so I know, like, okay, well, that's good.
Yeah, but I mean, like, your defense will become your some kind of armor class, and your armor just disappears. Then
I don't really want to take the
kind of
armor
the same.
away from people because it's like a fun part of this game and like it makes sense, and I don't really necessarily want armor class. I'm trying to abide by the system, but I have been like altering people's healths or like how armor works on enemies. Like I'm letting you guys be you guys, but I've been altering the enemies to make it like try to make it a little more dynamic, because it's just I find myself trying to avoid putting you guys into situations where you would fight because I just am not a huge fan of the combat system. I like a lot of other things in this system, but the combat from like how the actual combat works with stunts and stuff, that's really cool. Like I like the stunts and stuff, but just the fact that they also added that you get like 1 billion health very early and armor, and you can only do maybe 3d6 damage. It's like this is gonna last a while. And I don't like that fights take fucking like hours. Like I don't like that.
No.
It's even weak fights. Like the first fight you guys had with ghouls, which are very weak enemies, it took like the whole session.
More or less.
I mean, we were all kind of getting new to it, but like
We
even
didn't do any damage. It was just like I do 2 damage. Yay!
yeah, exactly. It was just like ding.
Stop running away! I'm not that fast!
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I'm
then
still
Damien-
not that fast!
Yep. And then Damien got vomited. He got his,
Yeah.
he got vomited.
Because he
His
didn't
sexy,
finish him off.
sexy
He wanted to do
dark
something
spawn
else.
Yep.
And then
So I
he
just
got
blew up
vomited.
my base. Again.
I'm back. What happened?
Yeah,
you
We're
died.
just reminiscing. You making a dark spawn.
Yeah, but I killed it though.
You did.
Yeah, and
You
the
did.
people all over you.
Done and almost became a freaky monster.
And then
But I
No,
pregnant.
he didn't. No. He didn't almost become a monster. His head almost exploded, birthing a freaky monster.
It's true.
But I didn't.
No, you did not.
Exactly.
Thanks to Thistle or whoever healed you.
It was
Oh.
Duquesne.
This
It was
Oh,
Duquesne.
Kate, yeah.
I feel like I never repaid him well enough. Hopefully, if we meet him
Well,
again
shit kind of
someday.
happened. Like,
Yeah.
you guys were planning on being like, yeah, we're gonna talk about stuff, and then the Orlesian Empire showed up, and we're like, we should go. We should all go.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
we totally left that kid.
Well, you didn't just leave him. You made sure he got out.
Yeah.
You,
Oh,
you stuck out with him.
That big woman, the big warrior
Yeah,
woman.
with Rose and the Templars.
Cass
with
and-
Cass
Cass
and
and Arthur.
Arthur. Yes.
Hopefully we re-meet those characters
Yeah.
sometime.
Well,
Well, you gotta go to
you know where they are.
Eventually.
True.
Hey, question, Tony. You never sent me those letters that I sent out.
Yeah, I know. I was going to, but then my dad went to the emergency room, and I had to. I'm in. By the way, I'm in San Diego right now because I have to take care of him because I'm the only one here. So
I did not
I've
know
been
that.
kinda I know you didn't. I'm not like, yeah,
Son?
man, fuck you. Like it's just like that's the reason. I have actually written like almost finished one of them, but like then it was like, hey,
Okay, someone's making shrill, shrieky noises. Can you
Yeah.
turn
What?
it?
no. I
I
hear
don't know who that is. I don't think it's me.
Not me.
It stopped.
Well, it stopped.
It did stop.
I think it's
So, we'll pick up, not right where we left off.
But a little bit
I think
later.
Thistle's sitting at a table, or standing near a table, or something. And everyone's kind of there,
Yes.
kind of listening to.
also
What happened?
Howard's there. That's different.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, he came back.
Yeah, I think you don't really notice him until you finish explaining. Because Haleth. But,
Does he have his wolf, though?
Are we using the Walking Dead method of storytelling where something happens and then it goes to someone just telling people about it happening?
well, no, it's not that. It's just like, and that's what happened. Like,
Oh.
so, because you guys all listened to what
Right.
happened. So,
Yes.
Did we really?
I mean, did you
It was
not?
more like I explained this to them, and they're like, "Yes, we know everything now."
Also, here's your bird back. Hands her brooch.
Oh, how did it go?
You will remember
He's
that.
fighting a dragon as the message arrived.
Thistle,
Okay.
after we go save your brother from whatever you're involved in, I'm gonna need to borrow that as well.
Who are you trying to contact?
And I gotta give her I just look at her and go, friends? You know them.
Have I met them?
Yes.
Who?
Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. I have forgotten their names.
Can I empathy test to see how badly he's lying? Because I know he's lying just by looking
No,
at
out
it.
of character, I have forgotten their names and completely.
Who are you,
Okay,
who,
I'm
are you,
sorry.
who are you thinking of? Who are you thinking of?
The noble girl who gave me the ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I completely forgot her name. We haven't talked about her.
Oh,
in like
the
a year,
little one
so.
that made you play as a dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I remember
I
that.
think a horse.
And wrote
but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why her of all people? Kind of random, but okay.
Trying to
You don't know what happened
power.
behind closed doors.
I am not required to explain my mysterious actions.
Oh, you don't have to explain them to me. I was just wondering.
Okay, I'll have to look back through my notes to find out. I know all three of them had specific names.
Wasn't their names like
Anyone
themed?
join?
Like, wasn't it like
Yeah, it was
Joanna,
themed.
Joe,
It
Safina,
was
like
yeah,
that? or
I'm
something
fairly
like that?
certain it was something like that. I'll have to go back and review. Okay, so her.
All right. Also, the pirate lady. I should probably inform her that she's living in a world a year from when we last saw
Okay,
her.
you want to call Joanna? That's fine.
Yeah. Also, Cassandra, I think her name is.
Yep,
The Templar. Yeah, the one who went with the little boy.
Cass?
Oh, Cass.
He's not a little boy anymore. It's been like 2 years since we.
No, it's
It's
been a
been
year.
a
He was 9. Now he's 10. He's still a little boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in
turned into a man.
Dragon terms, like you're
He
a
doesn't
man
go
by
from
like
9 to
15.
15 in a year.
Yeah. Templar
You don't know
magic,
that.
Oh, how are you
The
getting
Templars
your
might have a
Gotcha.
hyperbolic time chamber.
Oh yeah, Thistle. I don't know if you know this. It's been a year since we were on a ship for a year.
You.
So
You'll
Oh,
bet
yeah,
the
just drop that on her right now.
badass.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. You know the
it's a
demon
whole
that we killed?
it's a whole lot of complicated. I'll explain it to you when we have more time. But let's go
Yeah.
see your brother, and then I borrow the bird, and then everyone's happy.
Yes.
Eleonora could be dead.
I have no idea who that is.
I mean, oh my god. She probably thinks that I'm dead.
Well,
Why would she think you're
Thistle.
dead, though? You travel.
I thought that too for a moment.
Thistle, look on the bright side. Happy birthday. No, it's gonna be
To
good.
Damien, and I grab. Are you wearing a shirt or armor right now?
I'm
He's
probably,
wearing a shirt.
yeah.
I grab the front of his shirt, and I just. listen here.
Oh gosh. Mom voice.
My entire homeland has been under threat of invasion. We are currently staying with a woman that I don't trust. Okay? And just now, approximately 15 people have been murdered. An entire section of the town is probably on fire. Okay?
We're
My
going to
brother
take
is
care of
gone.
that. You do realize that, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Speaking of,
But
we
I don't
should-
think any of you are really acknowledging the fact that every fucking where we go, we tend to leave more bodies than ever before.
I'm
This'll-
aware.
I think you just need to ask yourself the question of what world do we currently live in? Because I mean, everywhere I've ever gone has always had bodies in it. We live in a pretty shitty world. People are constantly dying. Did you forget about that whole Darkspawn thing? Because that happened like nowhere near some of us, and yet all those people died. You know, this is a shit world. People die. I've just gotten kind of used to it.
Am I
I
still
concur.
drunk, or does that make sense?
Probably both,
Cool.
actually.
Yeah, Flora will come up to you, Thistle, and just like put her hands on your shoulder, and then just like kind of hug you, and she'll be like, "All right, we're gonna everyone's gonna take care of it, right? Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we're gonna help our brother. Yes,
Great.
I owe him, actually. So
Also, where is he fighting the dragon? Why
somewhere
is
up
he fighting
north,
a
I
dragon?
believe it says.
It's Gregoire. Why is he not fighting a dragon? Let's be honest.
So
Because
if
it's a
you-
stupid
if-
fucking idea. Moving on.
I mean,
So you guys actually do know the general region. So if you tell Thistle,
Mountains?
Thistle-
General region?
yep, so Thistle, you know that region.
Oh, I know it so well, and I am so pissed.
Yeah, it's fairly close to an old friend of yours.
Oh, that old lady.
Yeah,
Yes,
Eleanor. yeah.
Eleonora.
It's fairly close to there.
We should go visit
She's,
when this is
she's
over.
fighting a dragon too.
yeah,
She's fighting the dragon too.
I feel like we should go help your brother, and then we could probably go do that.
Yes,
Because,
yes, we should.
Oh, I don't know. A fight with a dragon can always end in two ways,
Be right back.
usually.
Good and loot. Gotcha.
Well, more like incomparable amounts of destruction, or complete in utter annihilation. I just don't want it to be the complete and utter annihilation part,
Okay.
you-
because there's no good outcome of fighting a dragon. As
There is loot.
I've heard stories, the loot isn't as good as you think it is. I say as I go to get my armor.
Yes, I should go suit up too. God damn, it's gonna be an oven day, isn't it?
Yeah, like, what is the commotion? As you see, oh
It's
my
going
god!
down. I'll explain it
Lucrezia?
to you later.
No, not
Lucrezia's
Lucrezia.
Lucrezia's daughter.
Her adopted daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
okay.
God.
It's going down.
Why
Oh,
We're
that's
did I
right.
forget her
Figure it
name?
out.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna go ahead and strike a pose, and I'll be like, "Well, there are some people who are in danger, and we're going to save them. More specifically, I will go save them."
She like
You say that.
she blinks
you say
at
that
you, and it just goes. Well, that's
Slaps
good
him.
for you.
I just wave at her.
Shakes
Yeah,
head, goes to get armor.
She up nods at you. How
Yeah. Sup? She's handing out epic sups.
Yeah, I think so. And she goes, what's going on? Who is this?
This is Thistle. She is.
She seems distraught. What's happening?
We're gonna go save her brother. So if you just
Oh
want to
yes,
go
let's just tell
sit
every
down.
fucking one.
and
Yeah,
what
we'll
happened
do
to
that.
your brother?
He was taken by a gang of some plume heads. I don't know what that means, but apparently they're very dangerous or something.
The cliff birds.
We're gonna go make songbirds sing. Is what we're gonna go do.
No. Yeah, I think.
Julia?
I think I understand. I forgot she's our legion. I think yes, Soleil. That's her name, Soleil.
That's
Yeah, she
what
goes, yes, I myself have been having issues with the cliff birds myself. They've been trying to move in on my brothels.
Oh,
You want
know-
brothels?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I'm glad.
I feel like we've been using the wrong title for you. I guess mistress is the right title then.
Do not call me mistress.
Anyways, I don't care. I just walk off. And look at my
Like Soleil is more than
I don't-
Well, I'd be glad to assist you with solving one of your problems.
I'm
man.
trying to go help somebody, and she's getting in my way.
She's literally not. She's just asking what's happening.
I know, but she's like doing plot exposition.
Question: any idea where would be the fastest way to reach them? Like, where could we just go to kill them? Really, is the question.
Well, everyone knows where their leader is, but I wouldn't suggest it.
Their leader is a mage. He's gonna be in the circle.
A very
you really
powerful
want
mage.
to go fuck with this right now.
He's a very-
Everybody claims they're a very powerful mage. They still get stabbed and die the same as every other not powerful mage.
Well, that's the thing. He has very strange abilities.
What can you do?
Well, he's a trained warrior, for one.
Oh, okay.
He wears armor when he fights. I think I have seen him fight. Also, he was involved in the kerfuffle about 20 years ago. My mother told me about it. He leveled an entire platoon by himself in a moment.
Ah, shit, he's an arcane
Still no
warrior.
black swordsman, which means he can probably be killed.
Also, I'm fairly certain he has pacts with demons.
Listen, everybody does
has
that
pacts with
nowadays.
demons
It's just the latest trend. Everyone wants to be cool and have a pact with a demon.
I'm fairly
Yeah.
certain it's just what I'm saying as well.
We killed the dude that had a pact with the demon on the way here. I think we're fine.
Yes, but it's
Anyways.
not just him. He also has an army.
She has a point.
See, that makes it
Alright,
a little different.
However, I do know of one of their locations, a place where they smuggle things in and out of the city, so they don't have to pay the rather exorbitant shipping taxes. I had found out some information because I wanted to go hire some people to go burn it down. But if apparently your brother has been taken by them, there is most likely a ledger, some kind of information by whoever runs that part of their organization.
cool.
So if I can, I would love to help. And she tells you the location. Because the only way to really get there is through the drainage area. Of course, this is on land, not in the Golden Bay.
Okay.
Alright.
So, we go grab this ledger and set the place on fire. Sounds pretty simple.
Yep, she shrugs. Like anything to disrupt their operations would be of great help. And of course, if it's for a noble cause to save some people, why not? They do involve in human trafficking, so this doesn't entirely
Well,
surprise
that
me.
explains why they took people.
Who did they take exactly? Your brother.
Oh, my. That was fun.
Oh yeah, and the Ravani.
The Ravan. I think the Ravani.
Yes.
One of Thistle's friends.
From where?
It was the Seven Banners.
House of Seven Colors.
House of Seven Colors.
And she goes, "Oh,
It's gone. They just burned it all.
really? They have become far more brazen than they used to."
About 15 are dead.
And she, you see like a look on her face, like just that they kind of shows like a mixture of like sadness and frustration and like almost disappointment of just like God. Wait. The House of Seven Colors.
Yes.
There was a girl. She was being married.
Mm-hmm.
She was from there, yes?
Yes,
Did
I
she
was
get-
helping with her dress.
Did she get taken?
Did she?
You don't know.
I don't know,
You-
but I can find out. Is she a friend of yours?
No. She looks at me like, no. But I know her husband to be. And I think I know why they may have done that.
Is this a power grab? Are they trying to extort something from him?
I believe so.
That makes a lot of sense.
But why would they have taken others?
Profit. Like, they're opportunists.
Yeah. Why not? Why only pick up the thing you want when you can also pick up a whole bunch of other gold, basically?
And you said they deal in human trafficking.
Yes, they do. He pays off the the mage's circle, so he gets to keep operating.
Where do they send them?
She shrugs. All over. I think they're mostly sent off to Antiva City for training.
We did not dodge to Vinter for this, and I just start walking off.
Cool.
Follows after. Yes, much rage. We'll be focused. Let's go.
Alrighty.
I'll smile and wave at the daughter and then leave.
Okay. Yep, so you guys
I
get
will-
your shit.
When I walk, that person, that's the same one that was wearing the boots and the nightgown, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Then I'll say in my own language. Next time I'll use the back entrance.
Yeah, she chuckles and nods. Cool.
And I'm
So,
Also,
Yeah,
Thistle, you have now just realized Haleth is standing next to you.
yeah,
He looks really different.
Alice, you
I would
are
say
the least weird thing happening right now. Thank you for being here.
Wait, I had it somewhere. One moment, I have to find my paper.
wait, you're not surprised?
Anat Ara. That means greetings in Elven. I say that to Tessel.
Anethera.
Something like that.
You need to work on your accent a little bit, but other than that, it's pretty good.
I'm just smiling very wide because I know a little bit of Elvish.
Yep.
Like, yes.
We'll work on it.
Aww.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
So, are we leaving now?
I guess so. You guys get your shit
I'm
together.
armored up. Let's sort up. Let's
I'm
go.
leaving.
Well, I guess I will tell
Everybody.
Neil to be a good child
Yeah,
and
so
not destroy
Koyan,
everything.
Koyan, who's the man who drove you up here, he's still up here. And when you guys all kind of like come out, he looks like a little more relieved.
Yeah.
He goes, so they're going to help us.
Yep,
Yes?
that's what
Yes.
we do.
Yep. We're good at helping people for the most
What,
part.
what was his name again?
Koyan
Koyan?
is his name.
Odian.
Could you spell that?
Yeah,
In the
totally.
chat.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll either help or make
Napoleon.
things worse in a very weird way.
Isra, I like these people. Don't make it weird.
It's Histra. He's going to make it that way.
We understand this one. We'll
Also,
do the
he,
best that we can.
he when you come up, he goes, and he gives you like a super formal greeting in Kunlat. His accent's pretty fucking good too.
Do you speak Kunlat?
He goes, of course, I'm Raveni.
Yeah.
I'll speak to him in Kunlat. The Ravani can speak this language.
Well, yes, the Kunari people have been kind of occupying Ravane for a very long time, and when they left much of their culture and religion there, and it's just sort of a thing.
It's a thing.
Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. So
Okay, if someone has
That's in
TV
the
on, can
background.
you mute it, please? It's super loud. Thank you.
there we go.
Yeah, my TV's been muted for a while.
So
It wasn't me this time. Yay.
It wasn't me.
So yeah, you guys get in and you tell them where you're going. She basically, there's like, you have to find some kind of access into the like the waterways underneath the city.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you tell him that?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And
in order
I
to get where we
also-
need to go.
Yeah. He goes. He's
I
like,
also asked him about the girl, if she got out.
Oh, yes. No, she was taken.
Okay.
My dog. One sec.
She was taken, unfortunately. It will not be good. So, to the waterways, eh? I know of a way you can get in. Come on. And they just whips the horse and you go out. So yeah. 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 So he kind of brings you to what kind of looks like he brings you to this district. It's a lot more people here, a lot more on solid ground. It looks like much more of a built-in like old town here. There's also a massive church here. It's very big, very beautiful. Just kind of made in that way. It's obviously, to the maker, because what the fuck else would it be? But near it, you also see a huge tower. Which you can see at any point in the city, but you can actually see how big it is here. And it's, probably the Mage's Circle. From the look and pomp about it. There are also banners hanging off about it with the hand with the flame in front of it.
Yeah, I would feel like if that's the building that we were looking at, it would probably be a Mage Circle and or some kind of church.
Yep.
Just based on its appearance.
Yep. So you guys he stops near the square and kind of like parks his taxi and then kind of brings you off into an area and goes, "This is an area that is not very used much anymore." And he has this bag with him, and he goes over to some.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
I know what that sound effect means.
Oh, okay. Hold on. He will kind of get out and have this big kind of. There's basically a set of. It's all tile here, tiled floors, kind of very Spanish tile, except. In this one section, the tiles seem to be at a basically it looks like someone cut out a square and then adjusted it in one kind of degree over, so it's a little off, and he gets a crowbar underneath and props it up and this is your surefire way. If you're looking towards a smuggling area to the docks, try to take right turns, I suppose.
Question: is there an outlet anywhere, or are we gonna have to come back this way?
No. You can come back this way if you wish, but there are many outlets in the city.
All right, great.
Yeah, they lead out to the ocean and things like that. You'll be fine. All right, so you guys go down.
Yep.
Yeah, and unfortunately. I'm really sorry about this, guys. I just got a text from my dad, and he needs me.
Okay.
I'm really sorry.
I understand, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I need to go. Need to go get him. Didn't think that was gonna happen. I'm sorry, guys.
Sucks.
I'm
fine.
Real life comes first, man.
Yeah, I had this whole thing planned. I'm really sorry. That's disappointing, but I gotta go be a good son.
Mm-hmm.
Help him out.
All right.
Sorry we didn't get to fucking barely play fucking all. I'm really sorry, but next week, all that shit. I'm really sorry.
No, you're good.
No problem, man.
Okay.
Have a good week,
care.
man.
Yeah, thanks. Bye,
Good
guys.
luck.
Thanks. Thank you.
안녕히